Hi, everybody. I am Tracy Vaughn, and this is Visit Lauderdale's virtual Play, Stay, Dine webinar series. I am joined today by my global trade colleagues and your favorite co-host, Caitlin Etchevers and Gabriel Martinez. On behalf of the team, thank you for joining us. We are all very excited about today's episode, and based on our registration, the highest we've ever had. It looks like you are too, because we are talking about cruising, and cruises are making a comeback. This topic has been a long time coming, and we have a great lineup of partners you will be hearing from shortly. They'll be live and on location, and will help you understand how to best sell cruising from Port Everglades and create those unique pre-post experiences available here in Greater Fort Lauderdale. But before we do, I just want to make a few comments about this virtual webinar series. This episode wraps not only season 4, but our 4-part virtual series, which we introduced last July. When we launched, our main purpose was to stay engaged and connected with you, our key travel advisors, by presenting the breadth and diversity of the Greater Fort Lauderdale product through our partners representing the Play, Stay, and Dine product in this live and location format. And what an interesting journey and experiment this became for us. We learned so much ourselves and realized what great storytellers we have within the hospitality industry, and how passionate they are, not only about their respective product, but for their communities as well. This kept us inspired, and we hope you too. Over the course of 17 episodes, this is the 17th, we featured more than 100 partners who I want to thank for their enthusiasm and support. And I thank to all of our advisors that have tuned in. Many of you tuned in multiple times. We so appreciate your interest and curiosity about Greater Fort Lauderdale and how you are helping shape our recovery. And certainly when cruises come back, we'll be getting there sooner than later. Lastly, I want to give a huge shout out to Caitlin and Gabe. They took this idea and made it their own, the Gabe and Caitlin show, brought their own expertise and personalities into the fold to keep us all engaged. So thank you to both of you. Now, why we're here today, our guest partners include Andrew Volkman, Director of Sales at the Hyatt Place Fort Lauderdale Cruise Port. Hi, Andrew. We got John Rosen, the owner of the Segway Fort Lauderdale. Hi, John. Vanessa Garcia, Sales Manager at the Meridien, Dania Beach. Hi, Vanessa. So good to see all of y'all. John Brugus, he was the Group Sales Manager at Flamingo Gardens. Thank you all for being here. Now, to kick this off, though, I am so pleased to introduce our Port Everglades Chief Executive and Port Director, Jonathan Daniels.
Hey, Tracy, thank you so much, and certainly appreciate the opportunity to welcome all of you to Port Everglades this morning. What looks like a normal May day, a normal cruise day. 4 vessels in port today. When you look right behind me with a Celebrity Edge, behind that, in the shadows of that, happens to be a Royal Caribbean vessel. Off in the distance, you see Princess Lines, and just down below me, you see the ferry operation with Balearia. I don't think anybody ever would have thought when this whole thing started, when the pandemic started last March of 2020, that Balearia would be the #1 cruise company out of Port Everglades into 2021. But with their operation running from Fort Lauderdale in the Bimini, as well as into Freeport, they're doing a great job. They started back up again in February, and that gave us an opportunity to kind of learn some things as we worked with them in Terminal 21. We looked through our protocols and through our procedures, and that allowed us the opportunity to really fine-tune some things, looking at everything from splash guards to floor placards, making sure that the information was right. Our bollard covers, multiple languages, pharmaceutical boxes, all of those were put in place looking at a long-term operation, not only for Balearia and what was going to make them safe, but looking down the line at what was going to be necessary as we get all of our terminals ready for the return to cruise. And I'm happy to say that we are working toward the return to cruise. CDC, the federal government, Department of Health and Human Services, they've been working with the lines, they've been working with the ports diligently during the last few months. We're constantly getting updates, we're constantly getting new information, and we think that we're moving toward a restart. Hopefully this summer, depending on the line. Some of the lines continue to move it back a little bit, but we certainly hope to be looking at maybe a mid to late July start up again to see some type of revenue cruises. A lot of work to do between now and then. And one of the things that we have done, recently completed a $120 million state-of-the-art parking garage facility located well behind me in the Northport area and connected to the area that will be the new convention center. 1,818 spaces, state-of-the-art, as I had mentioned. You're looking at 360 solar panels, producing the majority of the electricity, and part of the county commissioner's strategy to make sure that Broward County entities, the organizations, and the new government-owned buildings and the government-owned assets take advantage of alternative fuels and alternative energy. So it certainly is an exciting project. We would love to be able to see some cars moving in there fairly soon. But from the 5 floors, you can catch the moving walkways and a $30 million connectivity and connection from the 5th floor of the parking garage moving over the top of Terminal 4. And then moving down to Terminal 2, take the elevators down, and then you can move into Terminal 2 if you're taking Princess Lines or one of the other Carnival Corporation vessels that are coming out of Terminal 2. Talking about our terminals over in the Northport area, Terminal 4. Preparing to work with Disney Cruise Lines. It's awfully exciting when we have the opportunity to allow a group such as Disney to join Carnival Corporation, Royal Caribbean Group. Begins to sprinkle a little bit of additional magic into our cruise portfolio. But they've been working on a seasonal basis out of Port Miami. They've approached us recently with the amendment that we had for the utilization of Cruise Terminal 4, and we'll be working with them during the next few months on negotiations, discussions, see if we can develop a long-term agreement. So again, while we've been through this pandemic, we haven't stopped. Our business traction, our cruise attraction activities have been as active as ever. Listening behind me, it's also very exciting that even though we're not seeing the revenue cruises right now, again, it seems like a regular day of cruise operations at the port. I can hear the work that's going on, the refueling that's occurring on the Celebrity Edge, the longshoremen and longshore women that are down there, putting provisions on board and getting ready for a mass crew transfer that will go on to Celebrity Edge as they're going through the restart. Restart, another thing that's awfully exciting during this period of time is the fact that Port Everglades is working with the lines, with the state of Florida, in order to engage in a vaccination process. Governor DeSantis, just about a month or so ago, allowed all 5 ports, the 5 primary ports that are in the state, to begin a vaccination program, and we're working with each of the lines to do that. So Tracy, I'm going to hand it back to you in just a moment, but before that, hopefully you were listening through this. The Port Everglades swag bag. It has a significant amount of material in there. It's heavy, and I gave the answer early on in my presentation, and certainly appreciate you being here today. But I'm going to hand it back to you, Tracy, and certainly appreciate the partnership and everything everybody's doing in order to get cruise back up and going. Back to you.
Tracy, you should be good.
Yes. All right, so thank you, Jonathan. A lot of great news there. But before I hand this over to Gabe for housekeeping notes, one last reminder. Today's episode is being recorded and can be found at sunny.org/travel-trade, along with all of our episodes from all 4 seasons. Again, thank you for joining us. Please enjoy, and Gabe, you're up.
Thank you. Thank you, Tracy. Hello, everyone. I hope you were able to see and hear that video. If not, like Tracy said, it will be recorded. Remember that these things would not be a thing if some technical glitches wouldn't go down. So apologies if anybody had a hard time listening to the video. You can go watch the recording later on. Remember that there are some handouts which are only available today right now. So I understand that some folks have had a hard time downloading one of those. Don't fret. We can you can email us, and then we can reply and send them to you. Otherwise, you should be okay to download those. As our folks from the port hinted, stay till the end because there are some giveaways that we have for you today. And then we'll also have a Q&A a session at the very end. And lastly, if you've been with us once, you've heard this before, this is a reminder that we want you to see, we don't want you relying on the PowerPoint. We want you to see and hear our partners. We want you to connect with the folks that provide the service, that have the lodging. So if you have camera up at the top of your screen and then the PowerPoint at the bottom, there is a gray sort of thicker bar on the screen. You can click on the middle of that bar in the center of it and click and drag it up and down. Click and drag it up and down to maximize the camera, because we want you to see what's behind John or Andrew or Vanessa. So again, open your screens wide open. We want you to see their cameras once you connect with our partners. And if anything freezes or something like that, at the top of your screen also, there's a light gray bar where you have some controls for your webcam, but also for who's speaking. So toggle between the button that says everyone, click and on the drop down menu, change it to view who's talking. If you toggle between those two options, you should be able to unfreeze your screen should it freeze. So without further ado, let's keep going with this fantastic last webinar. Caitlin, it's all yours.
All right, thank you, Gabe. So yes, we're going to just do a quick review today because we have a lot of great content from our partners today. So if today is your first time tuning in, then let me introduce you to what we call Greater Fort Lauderdale. Here's our map. And if today is not your first time, then by now I hope you know that this represents Broward County, which is what we also call Greater Fort Lauderdale, and now Visit Lauderdale as well. You'll see we have 31 different municipalities, and we have a lot of great places to visit. And we're just going to give you a quick synopsis as to why you should send your clients to Greater Fort Lauderdale for a vacation, whether it's for pre or post or not. But today we'll focus on that, of course. But this is our hands down #1 selling feature, is really our water culture. So you'll see here this beautiful image of our intercoastal waterways, whether it's from the 24 miles of golden beaches or these 300 miles of waterways and several hundred miles of Everglades out to the west, great for fishing and airboat rides. But really this water culture is a huge driver for all of the tourists and all of your clients to come on down and visit us. Of course, the big cruise ships as well, we know that. But when they're here, whether it be for a day or two before or after their cruise, you're definitely want to get them out onto the water and explore those waterways on the water taxi, maybe a cruise in tiki or a gondola, lots of different ways, or jet skiing. John is probably going to talk to you a little bit about that, but there's lots of great ways to enjoy the water culture here in Greater Fort Lauderdale. And then on the next slide here, accessibility. You know, this is really a big deal for the pre and post passengers. This image here is of 17th Street. Many of you may recognize it. You can fly into FLL and be at the port within minutes, but we don't suggest that, right? We want you to take a shuttle or maybe hop in an Uber and get to a local hotel and enjoy Greater Fort Lauderdale for a few days before that cruise. I'm sure you've read about those stats, how overall vacation satisfaction is much better when the guests add on pre and post cruise days, right? I know if I could see you all, you'd be giving me a thumbs up there because that's true, and that's, you know, all of our goal right here. And then the next slide here, you know, this of course is one of those 24 miles of golden beaches that we have, but really the sense of ease. This really goes hand in hand with accessibility, right? When you arrive to the heart of South Florida, AKA Greater Fort Lauderdale, you will feel this. This is our essence here, our sense of ease when you arrive. You're on vacation, and here, you know, put on your flip-flops and enjoy a great couple of days before you hop on that cruise. And then the next slide here, I just want to mention this, right? Because we know when you're choosing a pre and post cruise option for your guests, we know most of you are looking for adding on to that overall package and keeping the overall value at a point that is good for everybody, right? You're packaging this in, and I think that you will find that here in Greater Fort Lauderdale. We have over 500 different properties here. We have a wide range and of versatile offerings for your clients. You know, from budget to luxury, we got it from west to east. And so that being said, I do want to bring on my first panelist here. We've got Andrew from the Hyatt Place. Many of you may know him. I don't know if you're going to recognize him right now, though, because let's see, Andrew, can you turn on your webcam and show us what you got today, where we explore your property, one of the most popular properties on 17th Street, I must say. Andrew, awesome. And we're going to ask you to unmute yourself and tell us where you are. Hey, Andrew.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. My name is Andrew, Director of Sales at the beautiful Hyatt Place Fort Lauderdale Cruise Port. And I'd like to thank my CVB for putting this together. It's great to be here virtually, soon to be in person, of course. For this episode, Port Everglades and cruising, I get to start off as the best cruise port hotel in all of Fort Lauderdale. And if you follow my 5 steps to cruising success, I promise you'll have the best vacation of your life. You'll be back many times. The number 1 step, you need to have a free cruise stay here at the beautiful Hyatt Place Fort Lauderdale. That's how you get your vacation started off right. Number 2, you need to get to the hotel quick. Your precious vacation has started. I'm 5 to 8 minutes from the airport, and you can take one of our beautiful shuttles and get your vacation started off right away. Number 3, you need to be close to restaurants and shopping within walking distance. I have all of that out my front door. I can name off the top of my head about 20 restaurants you could walk to from here. What every cruiser does after they check in. Number 4, you need to start off your cruise day with a party breakfast. And I have a complimentary breakfast waiting for you in the morning. Number 5, in the morning, day of your cruise, you need to get to the cruise port. I have many shuttles that can take large groups. In 5 minutes, you'll be at the cruise port. So let's go ahead and let me show you around. Now, are you going on a cruise?
I am. I'm going on High in the Seas. I can't wait. 7 days.
Amazing. Have a wonderful time.
Thank you so much.
Plenty of room, as you can see here. We have many shuttles ready to take you airport, cruise port. All right, you want to go inside and take a look around? Come on in. I'll show you around. Welcome to the beautiful Hyatt Place Cruise Port. Let's go right this way. Our award-winning staff ready to help you. A grab-and-go dining option, available 24/7, very affordable. We have our full-service bar with one of our regular cruisers here now, ready to go. Drink specials, happy hour specials, all cruise related, of course. Come on in. Feel free to help yourself to the breakfast because it's free, by the way. Look at that beautiful breakfast. Many options. Okay, right this way. Ma'am, how has your stay been?
Oh, it's been awesome. You know, I've got a flight in an hour and I completely forgot to print my boarding pass, but thank God you guys have this here. It's real easy.
Great, ma'am. I'm glad we can help you out. Beautiful business center, 24/7. Print your boarding pass. Okay, right this way. I'll show you a guest room. Remember that out these front doors, you can walk to sports bars, fine dining, casual dining, romantic dining. There's a public shopping plaza where you can grab groceries or snacks for the family. We have it all right here at the Hyatt Place Cruise Port. This is our best-selling feature, the size of our guest rooms. Take a look. Look at all this space. Every room comes with a sofa sleeper, and so a king room can sleep 4 people, And a room with 2 beds can seat 6 people because of the spacious guest room. We also have the mini kitchen where you can store your snacks, your beers, whatever you like. Every room has this junior suite style. Come on out. Every Fort Lauderdale hotel needs a pool. This is where our guests head often, especially if they have kids. Take a look at this beautiful day. Pretty much a typical Fort Lauderdale day, any day of the year. It's probably 82, bright and sunny. The water's ready for you. Take a look around. Okay, waiting for you to come back like all of you. This is, remember anything from this, #1 cruise port hotel. This is where you can start off your vacation right. I promise you'll have the time of your life. Thank you again for coming. I'll be at the question and answer.
Thank you, Andrew. Good job. That was awesome. I hope everybody enjoyed your tour of the Hyatt Place Fort Lauderdale Cruise Port. What a great property. And if you need anything at that property, Andrew is always there to assist you. I have many, many clients that have told me how great he is to work with. So definitely keep his information. Thank you. And next we have our play partner. We have John. What a fun picture we've got here. John Rawson, can you turn on your camera maybe? And hey, how are you? And you are muted, so let's turn that mic on. Hey, John. I heard
Can you guys hear me?
We can, yes.
Hello.
Where are you? Take it away, John.
I'm in the Segway hallway. Right now I'm in the Segway Tours hallway. This is where everything goes down over here. Got one of my Segway tour guides, Matt, one of my best friends. Known this guy since I was 12 years old. He's a veteran tour guide out here. So a little bit about us in the business. Segway Fort Lauderdale, other company of mine, Jet Ski FL, and Boat Party Fort Lauderdale, all here in Greater Fort Lauderdale, about 10 minutes away from the airport and the cruise port. We're open 7 days a week. And for the Segway tours, next year it'll be 10 years in business. So we've been around the block. We've taken out thousands and thousands of people on our tours throughout the years. We are projected to be in the TripAdvisor Hall of Fame this coming year, 5 years in a row, Certificate of Excellence. You know, we do tours along the waterways by the yachts, the mansions, the celebrity homes. We have a comedy tour with a music edition where we have famous celebrities and characters narrate with the tour guide. It's a one-of-a-kind experience. So it's like I said, 7 days a week. You guys can either book it on our website or call us directly. You could send us an email. The website is segwayfortlauderdale.com and Fort, F-O-R-T. We also have our products, like I said, on TripAdvisor. They do take a really big commission, so we recommend if you guys want to reserve it and get commission, just book it directly through us. And our phone number is 954-304-5746. My personal number, I don't give it to everybody, but I want you guys to have it. You can text me if you can't get through. Sometimes the line is very busy. My cell is 954-805-3947. All right, and it's a very fun and easy thing to learn how to do. It takes about 3 to 5 minutes to learn. We give everybody one-on-one training before the tours start. You could do 1 hour yacht and mansion tour or a 2 hour Venice of America tour, which is 8 miles. So either of those options are available. We also have our nature park tour at Hugh Taylor Birch State Park. As long as we have about 6 people, we'll make that happen, but most of the tours are going out downtown. It's called the Fort Lauderdale Historical Society. That's our partner, and that's where almost all of our tours start from. So right now we're about to get a tour started. What's up, guys? Future certified mall cops coming up in the next 15-20 minutes. They're gonna have a great time. And you know, the biggest thing about the Segway, it's, you know, one of the only activities where the whole family can really enjoy together. It's exhilarating. We've had all three generations all the time, honestly, hundreds and hundreds of families, the grandkids, the parents, and the grandparents. They can all do this activity. And when we see the smiles, that's the biggest thing. When I started, I was 22 years old. My first tour, I had a 75-year-old grandfather, his two sons in their 50s, and the expressions of what I saw from, how they felt, I got a glimpse of just how they enjoyed the tour. It really motivated me to stick with the Segway tours because I saw the types of memories that really could be created out here. So that's basically all in terms of seeing the city on the water. You can do the jet skis with me as well. We have a private dock at the Gallery 1 Doubletree Hotel, along with our 20-foot pontoon boat. We provide a captain for all charters, so they can rent the jet skis, explore the waterways. We're right next to the fast area. If they do the pontoon boat, they can dock up at restaurants with Captain Frank or myself. Once in a while, I am a certified captain. I can do the tours as well. We take them to the sandbar. We provide a cooler and ice. And so all these activities, it's super easy to book. You just reach out to me. Again, my cell, 954-805-3947. And the biggest part about my company, it is dedicated to my dad. I lost him when I was 19, and I started this company just a couple years later, and he has blessed this company every single day of the year. So he's helped to grow at this level. We've been on United Airlines in front of millions of viewers. So just come see us, reach out to me if you guys have any questions. And we're about to start this tour, show some families a great time. All right?
Thank you so much, John. That was awesome. I didn't even know there was a Hall of Fame for TripAdvisor. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Super excited. Thank you so much.
I can't believe you gave out your cell phone number. Beware, because you've got a lot of questions.
That's all right. You guys
so
reach out anytime.
Stay on to the end, okay? Stay on to the end.
Right.
We got some questions for you. Thank you, John. That was awesome.
Thank you, guys.
Now, if you are ending your Segway tour down in Fort Lauderdale, perhaps maybe over at the state park that he mentioned, you could then hop on a water taxi and cruise on up to Shooters. So that's part of our stay, play, and dine theme, right? We would recommend that you dine perhaps at Shooters Restaurant. It is one of Fort Lauderdale's most popular waterfront dining destination, as you can see. It's awesome. I've arrived there, I've taken fam trips, arrive via water taxi and get off and have some champagne, have some sushi, go there for brunch. They're very popular for Sunday brunch there. So they are open daily for lunch and dinner, and then Sunday brunch. But definitely this is very popular for those pre and post cruise passengers. And like I said, what better way to start off your vacation than taking a Segway tour throughout, getting some history, going to see those mansions, and then getting on a water taxi and having some dinner waterfront at Shooters. So there's a nice little package for you to recommend to your clients. And Gabe, we want to make sure everybody's listening in with us here. We got a poll today that we want to just kind of see. We want to see what's going on, right? So what is the most important? What is most important when booking a pre and post cruise stay for your client right now? Maybe it's changed a little bit. Is it the safety protocols, or is it location, right? We always know they want to be right on that 17th Street. Or is it a brand maybe? All of the above. Tell us, what are you seeing right now, right? Has it changed a little bit since COVID-19, or are we going to go back to, wanting some of those basic things here? So Gabe, let's see, what are they saying? Do we have the answers? Location. Wow. Oh my gosh. Is that, wait, 0% safety protocols. I think we have really turned a new leaf here. That's amazing.
Well, I think
well, all of the above.
Yeah,
okay,
all of the above
okay.
involves that. So yeah.
I got really excited there. You're right. I was like, all right, all of the above. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Excellent. Thank you for sharing your opinion with us. And now we're going to go on to our next day partner here. We've got our panelist, Vanessa. She is over at Meridien. Hi, Vanessa. All right, awesome. You are, once you unmute, very good. Take it away.
Hi, everyone. So excited to introduce all of you to my beautiful, beautiful property here, Meridien, Dania Beach by Fort Lauderdale Airport. I'm super excited because as some of you may be very familiar with our brand, we are a part of the Marriott umbrella of brands, but this is the very first and only Meridien here in South Florida. So conceptualized by Air France in the 1960s, an era of glamorous travel, this era served as our inspiration while developing our distinct and yet cohesive design identity. The all-new Meridien Dania Beach at Fort Lauderdale Airport opened its doors brand new December of 2019. Obviously, we had to close in March, but we have reopened as of November of last year. We're located just 10 minutes away from pristine beaches, 15 minutes from Las Olas Boulevard, 10 minutes from Port Everglades and the Convention Center once it comes back. The hotel's aesthetic balances a chic French flair, as well as our destination's maritime spirit, and of course, tropical locales. So there's a lot of that interwoven in our design and our identity. You can see some of those pictures. If you're looking at that, you know, at the pictures on your screen, you can see one of our guest rooms, beautifully appointed, as well as our outdoor terrace where many of our guests love to enjoy breakfast in the morning. And well, back to the hotel. I'm lost with the pictures, right? So floor to ceiling glass windows in 245 guest rooms and suites frame panoramic views of the South Florida city skylines, front row to Fort Lauderdale runways, but you don't hear a single sound. I mean, it's just beautiful. We invite our guests to explore innovative pairings of flavors and aromas with Chef Richard Sandoval's signature concepts. Toro Latin Kitchen, where I'm actually standing at the very moment, is our tapas-style gastrobar restaurant. La Biblioteca de Tequila is our tequila library and lounge that offers more of a speakeasy environment, ambiance, great just to kind of gather, grab a couple of cocktails and have a great time. Our Constellation Cafe and Longitude 80 are our all-day dining restaurant, as well as our lobby bar. Both offer an indoor and outdoor experience. And also, of course, at Richard Sandoval's direction, also our exquisitely curated event menus. We do have over 19,000 square feet of event space here at our hotel, which includes 2 large ballrooms, 9 smaller breakout rooms, and also beautifully landscaped outdoor venues for just beautiful cocktails, receptions, etc. The hotel also offers a heated outdoor swimming pool, a fitness center with a yoga studio adjacent to it, as well as our club lounge, which we are reopening this fall. Of course, for Marriott Bonvoy members, who doesn't like that? Now, once you're ready to go, which is going to be hard to decide, a one-nighter, but okay, we understand, you got to hop on that cruise. Our hotel shuttle awaits outside, which does take you back to the airport. But before you leave, you got to make sure you grab yourself a drink. Something like this over here. My friend Sean, salud, amigos. What do we have here?
So here we have our signature cocktail of Toro. In here.
There you go.
It is called the Mercado. So we went for our whole Latin-inspired flavors of passion fruit puree, our Serrano house-made sour mix, habanero infused tequila, and then also a house-made hibiscus rosemary foam.
Look at that. I mean, it's just beautiful. I mean, I think here the sin is either you drink it or you stare at it, but it's beautiful and it's delicious. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, right? So salud, amigos, and I wait you here at the Meridien. And for all of you that watch this presentation live, make sure to stay connected because a little surprise is coming to your email that does involve a very delicious beverage here at Meridien next time you return to Fort Lauderdale. Thank you.
Salute. That was amazing. I want that right now. I've never seen it with the hibiscus foam. Is that what they said? Hibiscus?
Hibiscus rosemary.
Hibiscus rosemary.
Rosemary.
It's amazing.
Delicious.
When are you coming, Caitlin?
I think
You're just down the street.
I am. Yep. I think this gets over in about 25 minutes.
Does tonight work?
Gabe,
Let's hurry up. We got to finish this webinar. Come on, let's go.
I mean, we're opening in just a couple of hours, so perfect timing.
I love it. Thank you, Vanessa. Awesome. So make sure you go on over and visit Meridien, and I'm sure check your email. She's got a special little treat for you. Thank you. And next up, we have our friends over at the Flamingo Gardens, one of a real special place in my heart. I love Flamingo Gardens. I really do, right, John? I've been there a lot. I take my kids,
Yeah.
I take family and friends that come visit, lots of fams. So hi, John, how are you today?
I'm doing wonderful, thank you. How are you?
Excellent, excellent. You got any peacocks? We were hearing some peacocks earlier.
There's peacocks everywhere here. We have over 75 of them roaming, and there's 4 different varieties. And there's a pea chicks right now walking around.
Wow.
So we
That's
have all
great.
For all of those of you that have never been here before, let me tell you a little bit about Flamingo Gardens. We have been a part of the South Florida community for 94 years now. We were founded in 1927, and we are a 60-acre not-for-profit botanical garden collection of over 3,000 plant species from around the world, and an Everglades wildlife sanctuary for injured and endangered animals. Now, we have the largest collection of native Florida animals in the state, but we are not a zoo. We try to rehab all animals and release them back out into the wild. If we can't, then we give them a permanent home. Now, right now it's baby bird season. We have already today gotten in, let me see, last count, I think there was 8 new baby birds that came in today that either fell out of nest or their parents didn't want them anymore, or something happened along the way. We're happy to have them here. You know what? Shannon's here. We have one of our residents right here. Where are you at? Over there.
I'll come on the side.
Okay, there you go. This is Shannon, everyone.
Hello, my name is Shannon, and I'm an animal keeper here at Flamingo Gardens, and this is our friend Pandora. Pandora is one of our permanent ambassadors here with us. She came in with a broken wing. As you can see, one of her wings is a little droopy, and that is why she's going to spend the rest of her life here with us. And we're happy to have her.
Thank you. Thank you for visiting us. Pandora, you having a great day? You're happy? Okay. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Let me tell you a little bit about Flamingo Gardens also. We are 20 minutes west of the port. And actually the planes that land into the airport right next to the port, they turn right above us. So you might be hearing planes in the background. It's interesting because during the slower days, we try to identify the planes, and busier days, they're just coming constantly. We do love when people come and spend a couple extra days prior to a cruise or after a cruise. A lot of times people are coming into the port from their cruise ships and they have flights out that night, which leaves the problem what they're going to do during the day until their flight leaves. They can hop on an Uber, come out to Flamingo Gardens. We will gladly hold their luggage for them in our welcome center, and then they can hop on the Uber. We close at 5 o'clock whenever they like to go right back to the airport. That again is only 20 minutes away. If they have time and they're going to spend time with us, which we hope they do, on our same street, we have a 5-minute drive to Sawgrass Mills Shopping Center. They can spend, I tell people to spend the mornings here. Then whenever it gets warm in the afternoons, go over to the shopping center. We also have right down the road from us, iFly, where they can jump out of a plane without being in an actual plane. We are 15 minutes away from a Sawgrass experience where they can hop onto an airboat and spend an hour out there, or 2 hours, or even just a half hour. So there's lots of things to keep them busy with. When they do come here to Flamingo Gardens, I always tell them it's the chill experience. When they're here, this is their time to relax, to enjoy, and to unwind. We want them to just stroll, not run or race, look up in the trees. We have over 2,500 orchids in the trees. We have cacti in the tree. We have air plants. We have bromeliads. We have all kinds of specialty gardens. So it's really a great time to just unwind. we have every summer we have an exhibit, and next weekend, Memorial Day weekend, we have our summer exhibit opening. Oh, we have a plane coming over, and that is a big bug exhibit. They are wooden sculptures of insects that are big. For instance, we have a spider that's 20 feet long. We have a praying mantis that's 17 feet tall. Next summer, we have an exhibit called Save Our Seas. It's going to be an art exhibit, and all the art pieces are made from garbage that's found in the oceans. We do get shore excursions here from 11 different cruise lines. We have a great time with them, absolutely love them. If you have a guest that is taking one of the cruises, please ask them to look for our cruise. We are very popular. Actually, with Princess Cruise Lines, we are rated one of their best cruise visits out of all the ports that they visit around the world. When the buses arrive here, myself and my staff, we greet them. We make sure that they're having a good time. We take care of problems that may exist, and there have been problems in the past. For example, I had 2 years ago, I had a lady that was out on an airboat and she fell off the dock and into the water, so she was soaking wet. I got her sizes from her, and while they were on the way over, one of my staff went over to the Walmart just up the street, bought her some dry clothes. She put those on, and her wet clothes we were able to throw in a dryer here, so whenever she was boarding her flight, she was all set, ready to go. We love the cruise passengers, and we go out of our way for them. When any of the buses leave, we say goodbye to them with a very sincere goodbye, and we give them all an ice cream sandwich, something that we started 8 years ago. And that little ice cream sandwich will put amazing, the smile that it'll put on their faces. So here at Flamingo Gardens, we would love to take care of your guests. If they're coming in to spend some extra time, please, please, please try to put us on their calendar. If they're here for just the day, again, we will take their luggage from them. We'll hold it for them, and we'll work out all the details that needs to be, but we will make sure that they leave happy. Thank you.
John, thank you so much, John. That was great. I know I've been there several times, like I said, but I always learn something new. I didn't know that you had, what, 2,500 orchids, you said? Is that how many?
You're right. When Hurricane Irma came through, when was it, 3 years ago now, we had extensive damages. And we have a group here, Orchideers. Their mission is to bring back all those orchids, and they have since put in over 2,500 orchids. So we had blooming year round, and every Easter weekend, we missed last year, but we just had it this year, we have an orchid show where we have, I would say, well, this year we only had about 10,000 orchids, but we usually have about 50,000 orchids here that weekend. All for sale. They go in prices from $4 to $400.
Oh my goodness.
It's just incredible to see it. And what's great is we get shore excursions that come in those weekends, and we let the tour guides know, be prepared, there's going to be orchids everywhere. So
yes, I love it. That's great, John. Thank you so much. And they do have a great gift store as well. So I love going to your gift store, and I love, you know, finishing my trip with that little ice cream sandwich. Such a great detail. Thank you, John.
We give 20% off to all the cruise passengers.
Oh, great.
As long as they identify that they're with the cruise ship, we're happy to do that.
That is a great insider tip. Thank you so much for sharing, and that you can hold your luggage. I didn't know that either. So yes, thank you for sharing that. That's awesome. Appreciate it, John.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now, last but not least, we've got our next Dine partner here, but Gabe is going to handle this one. Gabe likes to talk about this place. I think it might be like top on his list of places to visit. Not really sure, but right, Gabe?
Indeed it is. Beer is a topic that is near and dear to my heart. to my head and to my stomach. So I'm glad to talk about it. But so glad. I hope you folks are. I hope you're really well equipped or better equipped now with those tidbits like John was just giving you, things that perhaps are unexpected. Maybe you expect the proximity to the port, the tidbits about shopping, but all those new things that John was mentioning, I hope that sets you apart in your knowledge and your expertise of Visit Lauderdale. But Lauderdale, and you can look him up as Lauderdale.co. Lauderdale.co is a nano brewery. Minutes. It sits right in between the airport and the port, and it's minutes away from either one of those. You will want to know that if you or your clients show up with a boarding pass of any kind, whether it's an air boarding pass or a cruise boarding pass, they'll give them 15% off of their bill. So if they buy merch, swag, beer, anything with that, they will give them a discount. We do want you to eat, but so the brewery does not have a kitchen itself, but they have food trucks every day of the week. There's a different one. Since last year, they've been opening around 4 o'clock on regular days, 4 o'clock to 9, 10, 11 p.m. Hopefully, as you send us more business, they'll expand their hours. But they have over 30 different kinds of beers on tap. They have some barrel-aged beers. They have stouts. They have lagers. They have some IPAs. My favorite is an American pale ale called Lunch Money. So go and ask for a pint of Lunch Money. You will not be disappointed. But it's both owners are born and raised in Visit Lauderdale. So it's the brewery is very industrial, but it's also full of tiny little details that really call back to our destination, and they love to explain them, how the taps resemble some old smokestacks that used to be the points of reference for pilots and boaters. So anyway, tons of really cool little details that they'll have that you only find here. Speaking of find, they're really tucked away, really close to the airport, really close to port, but they're kind of tucked away, so you have to look for them to find them. But as they say, they're hard to find, but easy to drink. Go check out lauderdale.co.
Thank you, Gabe, very much. How many of those beers have you tried? You said what, they had 30 something?
So it's funny. I like only certain kinds of beer. So they do all kinds of things with fruits and stuff. And that's not my thing. I have had a fair share of Lunch Money. I will admit to that.
I'm gonna have to go try that one.
It's delicious.
Thank you. Awesome. I love it. Very good, Gabe. Thanks for sharing your special little place there. I think it's a little secret hideaway, but definitely great tip. We love it. So, this kind of concludes our panelists and recommendations and our stay, play, and dine theme here. And before we get to our Q&A, we do have quite a few questions and our prizes. We've got quite a few prizes as well. We just want to remind everyone of our Safe and Clean pledge here in Greater Fort Lauderdale. We have over 1,000 businesses that have signed up to ensure they go above and beyond, right, in this fight against COVID, and to ensure that we keep our patrons and our tourists safe and clean. So look for the poster in their business, in their window or on their website and things like that. So if you have any clients that are looking to go, to specific places, because of their cleanliness and their safety and things like that, they're all listed on our website as well, on sunny.org/pledge. So you can find that there. And then our travel trade page, so sunny.org/travel-trade is where it's at for you. You as travel advisors and travel professionals, you need to go ahead and bookmark this page, right? It's going to save you a lot of time, especially as these cruises start ramping up again. We have lots of tools there. We have a direct link to the brand new 2021 Port Everglades cruise guide, which I know a lot of you used to use kind of as your Bible. You would print, we bring it to trade shows with us. You would take it and keep it by your desk. They do have the digital version, and we have the link right here on this website. Very soon, we're going to be kind of moving that video down a little bit. because it's, it's old news now, right? And we're going to be putting back up front the hotels that offer shuttle service because we know that it's such a important question for you. So we try to do that homework for you. We put it up, put all the information that we know of, we put it up here on this Travel Trade website. You will also be able to find our Travel Agent Academy link, which is right on that website. You can go down to learning, you'll find it there. And we suggest, of course, that you graduate from our academy because you'll become a specialist. You'll get access to our private Facebook group and insider news. And well, you'll just be able to offer really the best information to your clients on everything that we have to offer here in Greater Fort Lauderdale. And on that website too, you will find our Junior Ambassador Program. We created this well over a year ago now, and we're really proud of it. It's great for children. We have middle school lessons and we have elementary lessons. I want to call out in specific here the middle school science option because we have a lesson on cruising. So we tied it into environmental science and kind of giving you the other side of cruising and what the cruise lines are doing and what Port Everglades is doing to, ensure that the environment is, kept clean and a whole lesson on that. We did it over a year ago, so I don't remember all the specifics, but definitely check it out if you have a middle schooler or a client that has kids. And then the math and science elementary version one, we have a lesson featuring Flamingo Gardens. So you can learn a little bit more about all of the wildlife and sanctuary animals that they have there at Flamingo Gardens with that lesson. And then last but not least, we invite you to follow us on social media, of course. We have our Visit Lauderdale page, which is for consumers. You're going to find all kinds of beautiful pictures and things to inspire you to come on down and visit us, and calendar of events, information about the air show and all kinds of fun things that go on. But the Leisure Lauderdale on Instagram and social media, that is kind of the insider scoop to what our team, what Gabe, Tracy, and I are up to. If we're going to be doing a webinar, if we have partner news, things like that. If we having our fam, we'll share some pictures on there. So definitely follow along on Instagram and Facebook for Leisure Lauderdale. That's the travel trade specific information page. Okay, so I expect to see a couple more follows on here. And I'm going to stop talking. We're pretty good, 3:23 here. We've got our Q&A section now before we've got our prizes. So I'm going to ask all of our panelists to turn your cameras on. And if we direct a question to you, we'll ask you to unmute. But we do have quite a few questions. So thank you so much. Gabe, do you want to start or do you want me to start?
I did see early on there was a question about the shuttles for the Hyatt place, the cost of the shuttles.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, the cost of the shuttle for the airport shuttle, it's $2 per booked room. That $2 is basically just to cover the gate fee. And then for the cruise shuttles, if you don't book a cruise package, it's $7 per person. But it's well worth it because everybody could go on the shuttle together and all of the luggage could go on the shuttle. As you know, an Uber car can't do that. $7 per person.
Awesome.
About costs, sorry, Caitlin, for both hotels, are there destination fees, resort fees?
For me, there are no destination or resort fees. It's just the room rate and tax and any extras.
Awesome. What about you, Vanessa? Do you have a resort fee or destination fee?
No resort fee, no destination fee, and our shuttle, our hotel shuttle, only goes to Fort Lauderdale Airport as well as to local dining, but it does not go to the port. So I know some of our local partners do charge anywhere from $15 to $20 a person to go over to the port.
Okay, good, very good, thank you. And what about Miami? Andrew, does the shuttle go down to Port Miami?
Technically, no, I don't publish it, but the relationship with the shuttles is if somebody requests it, especially a group, we give a group rate. Off the top of my head, back when cruising was happening, people would fly into Fort Lauderdale and catch, say, 15 to 20 people down to Port of Miami. that was $15 per person, depending on how many people. I can get a quote very easily and confirm it with you. We have the extra shuttles to get down to the Port of Miami.
Awesome, thank you. Very good. Gabe, I read a question here for John at Segway. Did you see that one?
There was a question about age. How old do you need to be, or is it by size to ride the Segways or the jet skis?
Hey, John, you're
John,
on mute.
unmute yourself.
Oh, here we go. Try it again now.
You guys still can't hear me?
We're good now.
All right, perfect. Regarding Segways, the minimum age is 9, and they have to weigh about 70 pounds. If they're about 65, we pick up a few rocks on the floor and we put it in their pocket.
You give them like a diving belt or something like that, just to weigh them down a little bit.
No, we don't weigh anybody, but you know, we give them a little test ride, and we know what roughly 70 pounds looks like, and the parent will usually tell us how much they weigh. So we always give it a test run before we start the tour anyway. For jet skis, you need to be 16 to drive, 18 to technically rent a jet ski, only 5 to ride with the parent, and sometimes we make an exception for letting 15-year-olds, maybe 14-year-old drive, because state of Florida law allows 14. So if there is, obviously, if the parents are there and they're responsible, we sometimes can make the exception. One thing I do want to add, I forgot to mention earlier, we also can store the luggage. Okay, so if anyone is coming, you know, and they have luggage, no problem at all. They could come see us really quick for an hour and a half. We hold the luggage, and then they can get to the cruise port or the airport within 10 minutes. And if they need help with transportation, we can get their Uber or Lyft organized as well.
Wow, that's great. Thank you so much.
Major plus for
You're
pre and
welcome.
post cruise passengers. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
awesome. Next
A question for the hotels. Can you park your car at the hotel while you're cruising?
For me, that is a huge part of our cruise business because we do have a lot of dry market cruisers, and the cruise package does include 7 days of free parking where you would park, take the shuttle to the port, and then come back. And then for a standard guest to park, it's just $10 per night if that's your choice to go a la carte. So you park $10 per night and still take the shuttle. From what I know, that's about a $10 savings from parking at the port, last I heard, if that's true still.
For us, no, unfortunately, if you're not staying here, we're not able to keep the vehicle. So only for registered guests.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And I think we got a question from Flamingo Gardens here too, right?
There was a question about if there are other hands-on experiences at the gardens.
For the animals.
There aren't hands-on experiences. We don't allow anyone to touch any of the animals. We're really concerned about their safety of the guests and the animals. We do have several animal encounters, which currently they're on hold because of the COVID. We have one with Josh, our 600-pound Florida black bear, where you'll have one of the handlers go in with you, but there's a fence between you. You'll be able to feed the bear. We also have one with a Florida panther, and we have one with the flamingos, where we take you inside of the flamingo enclosure, and you can feed them. They'll eat from your hand, and that's about 20-25 minutes inside the enclosure. So the handler will also tell you about different things about flamingos, their habitats, and things like that. Currently, that one is closed because it is the beginning of mating season. They will be laying eggs probably in June sometime. If any are hatched, it will happen in July.
Wow. Thank you.
Those are the only things that are really hands-on with the animals.
Okay. And I didn't see, oh, yes, John?
Okay, when you come in through the gift shop, we do sell food that you can hand feed the flamingos or the birds in the aviary. The aviary is a half-acre bird cage that you walk through with 250 birds. And so we do sell foods for $1 a bag.
Awesome. Thank you. And now I do want to recognize Kimberly with Port Everglades here. She was joining us to see if we had any more questions for the port. We actually didn't get any questions, which I'm very surprised about. But we do have a great cruise service management team at Port Everglades. Kimberly, we've got Ken and Karen on that team, and they are there working very hard to get cruising back ready for us, right? You're doing a lot there under the leadership of Jonathan, of course. But if you do have any questions, please, feel free to email Gabe or I, and we can forward them over to Kimberly since we're running out of time here. So thank you so much. And let's get to the prizes. And we're going to start off because it's 3:31. We want to be respectful of everybody's time here. We've got the first prize is actually that swag bag, right? From that Jonathan offered from Port Everglades. All right. So the question. So Gabe, what are the rules?
So you need to type your answer on the questions box, and you can only win once. So for those of you studious types, you only one prize for per webinar. So this is your chance.
All right, so let's see. The question from Port Everglades for that swag bag that the port director was holding. Question is, currently, who is the #1 cruise line at Port Everglades? They're coming in. We don't have a winner yet. Nope. You got some good guesses. He did mention it in the video.
You got to think back all the way back to like
we got
240.
We got it. It's
Brian
Watson. He has been on to, I think, almost every single one of these. Congratulations, Brian. So yes, kind of
Valley area, the ferry service, the cruise service between Port Everglades and the Bahamas. So
yes, congratulations, Brian. Good job.
Good job.
All right. And the next question, Gabe, do you want to read it, or do you want me to read it?
All right, we have a 2-night stay with Andrew. Actually, not with Andrew. At Andrew's place. Leave Andrew alone. I'll leave him out. It's a 2-night complimentary stay at the Hyatt Place, Fort Lauderdale Cruise Port. And the question is, think back about Andrew's presentation. What is the #1 step to the start of a successful cruise vacation in Visit Lauderdale? #1 step. I think
there we go.
Yeah, I think we got the answer.
Wait, it's going so fast. Who was it?
Is it Kim?
Yes,
Kim Hyatt.
Kim Hyatt, congratulations.
Congratulations.
The answer is staying at the Hyatt Place Cruise Port, Fort Lauderdale. Congratulations, Kim.
Good job.
Awesome. All right. Next, we've got John Rawson. He's offered a 2-person tour with Segway Fort Lauderdale. Awesome. And the question is, what is the most popular tour for Segway Fort Lauderdale? So he mentioned some of the tours. What is the most popular one?
Ooh, we got it.
Yep, we got it. Gabe, you got it there?
It's Catherine Morrison. Yes, the Yacht and Mansion Tour. That's right.
Congratulations, Catherine Morrison. A lot of them said the comedy. That is a really fun one. But Catherine, John will be in touch. He'll email you. All right, next up.
All right, so the next one is a gift from Vanessa and the team at Meridien. This is dinner for 2 at their super fancy Toro restaurant with the Biblioteca de Tequilas. Well, what is it, 500 and some tequila? I can't remember the numbers anymore. But in terms of time, in terms of time, how far is Meridien from Port Everglades? Okay, we got a winner.
I
Yes.
got lost here.
Oh gosh. It is
Who was it?
Adrian. Hold on. Hold on. I saw it.
Adrian, another winner here. Sasan?
Adrienne Sesson. That's right. 10
Yeah,
minutes.
she's
Correct answer is
she's
10 minutes.
another one that loves to listen to our webinars. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Thank you for listening
Congratulations.
and paying attention. Thank you.
All right, and last but not least, we have a special swag bag from us because we are ending. This is our last webinar of the 4 seasons here, and we got a swag bag from Visit Lauderdale. And the question is, how many miles of golden beaches do we have here in Greater Fort Lauderdale?
Somebody was listening. Yes. We got an answer right away. Hold on.
We did. Oh my,
Yes,
it was so fast.
It's,
Allison Davis?
Yeah, Allison Davis, and you got it right. It's 24, people. We've gone the extra mile. It used to be 23, but now it's 24. There's a story behind that. We'll tell it to you someday.
Yeah, just ask me. The next trade show, we might be having a trade show coming up sooner than later. And yes.
24 miles.
So thank you very much, everyone. This concludes our 17 episodes, our 4 seasons webinars here. And today, of course, we had a great Port Everglades one. And thank you all, John, Vanessa, Andrew, Kim, Jonathan, Tracy. We had a lot here today. It was a great show. We appreciate all of your time. And all of these webinars, if you didn't get to see some from the past, they're on YouTube and they're on our website on that sunny.org/travel-trade.
Yes. It's been an uphill climb. We're on the other side, folks. Thank you for hanging in there with us. We're with you too. So let's get selling. Let's get traveling. Things are getting better.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. See you soon.
Bye.